Hey there, Jody here, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about a few of my favorite television shows on TV this summer. So I'm going to talk about the shows in the order of like the first one's my absolute favorite, and the further we get on down, there's shows I really like. I'm also going to be talking about spoilers because it's hard to talk about the shows otherwise. So without any further ado, let's get on to those shows. So my very favorite show of the summer and probably of the year, honestly, at this point is Dexter Resurrection. Dexter Resurrection is the second season of the Dexter revival. And, a lot of TV shows are rebooted or revived these days, but not every show is as good as the original series. And Dexter Resurrection is definitely just as good as the original series was. It definitely feels like the original series is back on television again. And as far as Dexter Resurrection goes, this season has just come together just quite perfectly. And every episode just keeps getting better and better and better. And I really did think, based on the earlier episodes, that the direction the show was going to go in was Dexter was going to get caught and be punished for his crimes. But based on the later episodes of the season, I definitely feel like the show is no longer going in that direction. I have absolutely no idea now what's going to happen. But there's still 2 more episodes to go until the finale, and I'm just so curious to see what's going to happen next. So now for the next show on my list is The Summer I Turned Pretty. So I read this book series in 2022, and I really like the book series. And as far as book adaptations go, it's a really good adaptation of the book series, in case you're wondering. But the first 2 books in the series, while they do deal with different things, they definitely have the same feel to them. And then the 3rd book definitely has a bit of a different feel to it, just like the series on the television show as well. And I have to say, book 3 is interesting because a lot happens. And, the first 2 books in the series, for me, when I was reading it, it's like you're either Team Conrad or Team Jeremiah. For the first 2 books in the series, I thought both characters were fine. I didn't think Jeremiah was really that bad of a character. But, book 3, you kind of find yourself like no longer really liking Jeremiah, and it's very much only Team Conrad. And, I mean, if you've read the book and you've seen the show, you probably understand what I'm trying to say. Just like Jeremiah definitely took a turn to being a different character in book 3 and on the show as well. And just does things that feel out of character for his character. Like, he cheats on Belly after, claiming to love her so much. And then he proposes, like, right after that, and she obviously accepts his proposal. But it's like, when you're reading the book series and watching the you do find yourself thinking the whole time, along with all the other characters around them, like, why do they have to do this right now? This summer, right away? It's just like, it's puzzling, and it's like, you find yourself feeling like, I don't understand these characters at all. And something that really stood out about season 3 with Jeremiah is the wedding cake scene on the show. I really don't remember being in the book, but I just don't remember it. But on the show, it definitely stands out, and it's like, they're really making his character so you like don't want to like his character anymore. So they're doing a really great job out of it because, it's very much like only Team Conrad at the point of book 3 in season 3. But there's like 4 more episodes to go until the series is over, I should say. And I'm curious to see if the TV show is going to end like the book series. I did like how the book series ended, so we'll see. Another show on my list is Platonic on Apple TV. We are currently in season 2 of the series, and I love season 1. It was just like one of my favorite shows ever. I have to say, I like season 2 a lot, but the first few episodes I have liked, but not as much as season 1. I think it's because I didn't really care for the whole wedding storyline. And while the episodes were really good and really funny, I just didn't love that storyline. I really think the show's more about, like, it's really at its best when it's just like, I forget Seth Rogen's character's name, but Seth Rogen, is on the show, and Rose Byrne is on the show, and they play platonic friends. And I think the show just works better with the 2 of them at the center of the show. And I felt like that was a bit not as present in the start of season 2, but it's still a really great show. If you haven't watched it, I highly recommend it. It's definitely a show that, is super funny and keeps you entertained and keeps you laughing, and I love it so much. And now for the last show on my list, which is And Just Like That. I really, really, really like season 3 of this show, which is now like the last season of the show. I felt like the first 2 seasons were like good. I don't necessarily know if I love them that much, but I felt like season 3 they finally found themselves, like found like a place where everything just worked really well. And I don't know, it was just to find out that the season 3 finale is now the series finale. It's interesting because like I wonder based on how the show like ended if the show knew it was not going to be renewed or if they knew ahead of time or they didn't find out until after the show had been filmed that season. Because to me, it felt like a regular finale for a regular season versus, you know, this is the last episode of the season ever. So that's why I question, like, if they knew ahead of time if it was going to be the last episode or if they didn't find out until the show had already been filmed. Because maybe they were not sure and they're like, this could serve as a series finale if we didn't get renewed. And honestly, I didn't really think the finale was fine, but like if as far as the series finale, it was super disappointing and it was kind of like nothing. It was like a super I just didn't like how the show ended. It felt like a lot of things were still up in the air, and while it could serve as a series finale technically, it just felt like a disappointing one if that's the last episode. But who knows? Maybe based on how everyone feels about that last episode, maybe they'll make like a TV movie and they'll wrap everything up. Because I feel like the show like deserves a little better than that to just like end like that. We need a more definitive like kind of finale, something more put together. I don't know. I just didn't love it. What can I say? And now for some honorable mentions. So the first one is The Real Housewives of Orange County, and the second one is The Real Housewives of Miami. I love both of these shows. They're both, you know, incredibly fun, incredibly entertaining. You know, I like shows like this. It's like I like shows where it can take me away from the reality of real life, and you can just have like fun for like an hour, and that's that, you know. And I'm just very thankful for the network of Bravo because you need shows like this in your life to get through life these days. They just make life a little bit more enjoyable and fun. So yeah, that's gonna be it. Those are all the TV shows that I really like this summer. I hope you discover some new television shows along the way if you've never heard of these shows. And until next time, bye.